Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome back to another On the Road video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Today we're working on a Kenmore side-by-side refrigerator, and the complaint is that the refrigerator section is not cooling, but the freezer side seems to be doing just fine. Alright, so I can hear the refrigerator running, or at least some of the components are running, so we know it's on, we know we got power. If we open up the refrigerator door and take a look inside here, our temperature is around 60 degrees, so I want to check up at our air supply vent. And there's no airflow coming through, so we're gonna take a look inside the freezer section now. The temperature over here in the freezer section, we were getting 0 degrees. Along the bottom, up top it was warmer, which would be the case if we're not getting airflow. So I don't see any frost buildup, so we're not looking at a defrost issue. We're just looking at more of an airflow issue. Either something's could be blocking our fan, or our fan motor's bad because we are not hearing that fan motor run. So what we'll need to do is take apart the freezer section, get inside there and see what's going on with our fan. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for proper voltage. The tools needed for this repair are a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and a multimeter. To begin this repair, we're going to first need to remove our shelving. We're just going to lift up on the right side and remove them out of the left. Now we'll need to remove our evaporator cover. There's 6 Phillips screws that will need to come off. Now there's these 2 little tabs of the evaporator cover. I have to lift up like that. And then the top tucks underneath this upper panel here. So we're just gonna kind of pull it down underneath that. And remove it. All right, so now that we have access to our evaporator fan motor here, you can see it's not running. We can see that the fan blade's not bound up against anything, preventing it from running. It's not, can't feel it trying to run or anything like that. So we've turned the power back on to do this test. We're gonna take our multimeter and check to see if we have voltage going to the fan motor. The refrigerator's on, everything else is running. All right, so if we go to each terminal here on the evaporator fan motor, and we do have 120 volts to the evaporator fan motor, so that would mean with proper voltage supplied to it and not running, we have a bad evaporator fan motor. All right, for this repair, we will need to replace our evaporator fan motor. We've turned the power back off to the unit, and to remove the evaporator fan motor, there is a plastic bracket that holds it in place. We're gonna need to push up and release it from the top housing. That bracket will come off now. And then we will need to remove the fan blade, which will just pull straight off of the fan shaft. All right, next we can pull the fan motor down. We need to make sure that these rubber grommets are switched over to the new fan motor. And now we just need to unplug our wires. All right, we got our new fan motor here. We're gonna need to change over the grommet from the old one here. Like that, and then our grommet's already in the bracket, so we'll go ahead and set the motor into the bracket here. And now we can install the new fan motor into the freezer. All right, we're gonna take the new fan motor here and get it into position. Just gonna push it up into the housing and then take the bracket and hook it back on each side. All right, we're going to reinstall our wiring to the motor. Our green ground wire is going to go to this terminal here. And then our other two wires are going to go to the other two terminals, and it does not matter which one goes where. Now we can reinstall the fan blade. It can only go on one way. Just going to put it on the shaft and push it all the way down as far as it will go. Give it a little spin to test it out, make sure it doesn't hit against anything. Now we do have the power back on to test it before we put it all back together to make sure it's running properly. All right, we can see the fan motor came on, it's running, it's nice and quiet. Now we can shut power back off and reinstall our evaporator cover. All right, we'll get our evaporator cover back into place here. Going to use a flathead screwdriver to tuck the evaporator cover underneath this upper panel. And we're going to make sure the tabs come back through the holes of the evaporator cover here. And now we can reinstall our 6 Phillips screws. Now we can reinstall the shelving, and this will complete our repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.